How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Bo jest bogaty. Wszystko się da, jak jesteś bogaty. Nie mogę podwórka zbadać?
Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
Nie jestem twoim synem.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Ricci, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
A ja wezmę twoją
My
kopertę.
mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Co to jest? Konfrontacja. Okej.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Nieważne, dawaj list. Czyli on nie wie o zaginięciu matki, tak? Albo udaje, że nie wie. Wiemy, że dojechała, więc to nie będzie kłamstwo.
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church.
Nazywasz mnie synem, to powiesz, znasz moją matkę.
Invaluable. I
Are
hope
you
that
my
you will
daddy?
follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
Nie mogę skilla użyć. Powiedzieć prawdę? Ale to jest ważne dla niego? To jest tajemnica? On źle to odbierze? Na pewno źle odbierze, jak powiem, że to jest sekret. A to nie jest sekret, że jestem detektywem chyba, nie? Spróbujemy.
My mother and I belong to the same secret organization, the Golden Order, which I joined a few years ago. Mother trained me, and I assist in her research. In other words, you can trust me.
My child, you are telling a perfect stranger that you and your mother work for a secret society. It would seem that discretion is not one of your specialities.
No ale ja wiedziałem, czy ty
You
tam
will
należysz?
understand that it does not encourage me to put my trust in you.
Fucking shit.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution?
Save'a muszę wczytać.
If it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me, and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate.
Co za
Till
tatuaż
now,
masz?
we have
Mogę to
always
zaznaczyć?
dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
O, questioning. Dobra, użyjmy tego.
Only you know that, Your Eminence. If you're asking me if you can trust me, or if I can keep a secret, I would answer yes, absolutely.
I understand.
In truth, it all depends on the nature of the contents of your letter.
It is a list of names.
This list must be of extreme importance.
Ah, if only you knew. It's a list of people that your mother must help.
Help to jest...
Listen,
Help?
if I give you
Pomóc
the letter,
przejść na
can
drugą
you
stronę?
promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
No one other than your mother. Dobra. Eee... No dobra.
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there.
No ściemniłem,
I'm
ale...
going to tell you a secret, Monsieur Derice. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick.
Właściwie już powiedziałeś mi, co jest w tym liście.
That time is short.
Chyba, że ściemniłeś, teraz każdego
Well
podejrzewam.
played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
No dobra, ale potem będę musiał jakoś oszukiwać, że nie przeczytałem. Po pierwsze to zjem sobie miotku. Nie wiem, ile tego miotku jest w ogóle w grze, ale prawie nie mam nic na swoje klusy. Mogę do góry, do dołu? Nie mogę. Po ile pięter tu jest? 3 piętra piwnicy. Inwentory. O. Okej, zamknięty list do mamy. Journal. Ty jesteś podatny na przepytywanie. Lubisz, jak cię pytają, a ty lubisz odpowiadać. No dobra. Nie mam nic, żeby wydać. Ekspaterze jeszcze nie dostałem. Okej. Czy mogę klusów poszukać? To będę. Tutaj po prostu mogę wyjść.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Pobiegamy tutaj po korytarzu. Co to jest za mapa? Co ona zawiera? Europę. Minus oznacza, że zamknięte są drzwi. Trudno powiedzieć. Buteleczko po wysprzecie. Co to jest? Wisdom grants you exalted states, you temporarily see the immunities and vulnerabilities affecting a dialogue choice. A conversation cannot carry more than 5. Aha, czyli na chwilę daje mi wszystkie te podatności i niepodatności. w dialogu, widzę. Okej. Muszę z wami gadać?
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
Powinien to wziąć? Po co mi to? Ale nie mam innej opcji, żeby to zostawić. No, zapierdolił książkę. A, mogę się uczyć przez to. Mogę teraz tego użyć? Czy po prostu to zostało dodane? 1 punkt do conviction poszło. Mam to już? 0 jest. Okej, to jest nieodblokowane. Ale dobra, to teraz tak. Nie mogę teraz tego przeczytać. O, karawka? Co to, herbata?
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Kim ty
Have
jesteś?
you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi? He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington,
What?
President of the United
What?
States of America.
Delighted at last to
Sir?
make your acquaintance,
Sir?
Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President.
Mr.
Louis
President.
Moras de Richet. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
The fuck?
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I
Nie.
must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that
I
I've
też
ever
jakie
met
są
so many
postacie
illustrious
historyczne, których nie znam?
personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
Muszę odpowiadać?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Richet's mother is to join us.
Co tam?
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir
Jestem
Horn,
tu, bo
a
matka
close
za niego
friend of
zaginęła.
Lord Mortimer. But
Mamę.
I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the
Absinthe?
result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
To jest tajemnica?
Lord Mortimer asked me to drop everything and come find my mother, who seems to have disappeared during her stay here. I took the first boat, and here I am.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be, sir. It's not your fault.
Sprzeda mi działkę?
Seriously, though,
To w sumie.
I know your mother well.
Będę miał dilerek,
Stay
ty
behind with me
zielarkę wczoraj.
afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Też mogę dać mojej mamę?
Good lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother.
Kurde.
He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
George Washington.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man from my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer.
Dobra
He
zielarka
can't
nie
be
jest zła.
present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up.
Prywatny dealer, który z tobą się przemieszcza. Co ja miałem zrobić?
And now, my dear guests, a
Zapytać.
light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One
Ale
of
przypudrowany.
Mortimer's guests is
Chyba, że fukę ciągnął nosem i twarz
Shall be
zanurzył.
quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holmes, but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
Chyba wolałbym pogadać z Washingtonem, niż tego kolesia ogarniać. Legendarne kichnięcie, tak. To właśnie to. Przejrzałeś mnie. Nie wiem, z tym Holmem może później pogadam. Washington to jest Grand Master tego zakonu całego, nie? Stowarzyszenia. Jest na równi z moją starą, która zaginęła. I to jest prezydent Stanów Zjednoczonych. Dzięki, a dzięki. Nikt mi nie odpowiada, bo podobno taki mam zajebisty mikrofon, że wygłusza moje pierdolenie. Okej, pogadamy z Washingtonem.
Let's see what Washington has to say.
A nie mogę z tą
Sir,
Duchessą
if you
pogadać?
don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Louis, thank you for staying. Just like you, when I arrived this morning, I found out that Sarah had gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the
Show
Golden
box.
Order.
And President Washington is in fact the leader of the order in the United States.
Uuu,
I didn't know.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I didn't want to speak in front of the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion are the pillars of our organization.
nawet
If
przed
I
sobą.
can help in any way at all, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have any other questions, now's the time.
Okej. Skąd Emily zna moją mamę? A to nie mogę jej zapytać?
And you, Emily, what do you think of my mother?
I only know her through the order. The one time we met, we only exchanged a few words.
To jest
in the
ten,
corridor of
organizacja
Parliament.
Wielka Orkiestra
And
Świątecznej
was the
Pomocy.
exchange courteous or
Nie
impassioned?
interesuj się, to jest
I'm
sekretna
not sure if
organizacja.
I understand.
mogę
Was
ci
there
powiedzieć.
any reason for her to be angry with you?
Under other circumstances, I would slap your face for even asking. But I'll put your lack of tact down to her disappearance.
Związki zawodowe.
Know that your mother is a woman I would love to work with. Her reputation is entirely deserved. Mr. Washington will be able to tell you more.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very familiar with my mother.
Where did you first meet her?
I met Sarah during the War of Independence on American soil. She was introduced to
To
me by
przodek.
a mutual
Albo
acquaintance,
tyłek.
and I must say that her sound advice prevented me from making some terrible mistakes. She may not be a soldier, but believe me, she
Jak tam
deserves
szaszyki?
a statue as much as Lafayette does.
I didn't see that one coming. There's no doubt Mother has many secrets that are still hidden.
Right. Would it be too much if I asked you a few more questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
May I ask, when you saw each other, what did you talk about? My mother has always been fascinated by strange powers. Did she talk to you about anything like that?
Yes. Her facility for discerning truths from rumors,
Kupne czy swoje roboty były?
such as preventing massacres, like the one at Salem, from happening
Znowu
again.
lenia mieliście?
Or convincing people that horsemen cannot ride around without heads. What was it that she used to say now?
Keep an open and logical mind?
Yes, that's it.
Thank you, sir. I was hoping to speak with Lord Mortimer. At least now I have some information, thanks to you.
Dzięki, George Washington.
Lord
Dobry
Mortimer is a
ziomek.
man of his word. You won't be disappointed. And I am persuaded that your mother's research is his main concern.
Mother still is at the head of the Golden Order. I find it difficult to believe that she came to this
Moja
island
stara
without
jest
notifying the
szefem
other
tego
members.
wszystkiego.
As for myself, I did not know. I am here at the request of Sir
Ja nic nie
Home,
wiem.
a situation regarding the Crown of England to resolve, and to see what Lord Mortimer has to propose to us.
As for me, Lord Mortimer asked me here to speak about the future of America. I did not know that your mother would even be among us. In any case, no one has yet mentioned associating the order.
We haven't found many clues yet.
Ja wspomniałem.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm sure nothing bad has happened to her.
Yes, I hope not.
Careful, they're coming back.
Takie dobre szaszłyki? What the fuck?
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend
Z
too much
mięskiem?
time with Mr. Washington, my dear.
Original?
or you'll lose
Czy
your
polskie takie
pretty
szaszyki?
accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
So, who was that young
Spoczko,
lady?
leć.
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Czekaj, mogę to wykorzystać teraz? Nie mogę, bo się nie znam na tym.
Elizabeth Adams?
Nice, zazdraszczam.
Miss
What
Adams
the
is
fuck?
here to rest. You have perhaps already
Ajajaj,
come
jeszcze nie wiem jak
across
tego
her before.
używać.
She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
Washington looks surprised, but Home doesn't seem to see it. I wonder if he's being polite or if he really doesn't see his discomfort.
On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Nie mogę się pokręcić jeszcze tutaj po lobby? Podpieprzyć coś? Jakiś wazon? Sztućce? Elizabeth Adams. Kim ty kurwa jesteś? Johna Adamsa, wiceprezydenta Stanów Zjednoczonych, córka. On potem nie był prezydentem? Okej. Jakiś asasin pewnie prywatny. Mamy, Holm. Kompania wschodnioindyjska. Okej. Giuseppe. Okej, Washington. To ja wiem, kim ty jesteś. Serwanty. To wszystko na razie.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Tak odprowadził.
My friends, I am
To co, chodźcie do mojego
going
pokoju.
I am off to my
Na flaszeczkę.
See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night.
A
See you
może
tomorrow.
zajdziesz w nocy?
Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room?
Oh man. Czekaj, jak nam się nie śpieszy, to się pokręcimy tu jeszcze. Co tu jest? Proszę bardzo. A na dół mogę zejść? Nie mogę? To była sofa, na której można było usiąść. Będę tam mógł jeszcze przyjść? Jak tylko przeszedłem w koło tam i... O, coś jest tutaj. Moneta kolekcyjna? Za to są jakieś achievementy? Okej. Wow, tam jest dużo. Dobra, po kolei, po kolei. Co to jest?
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Puk, puk. Duchessa. Co to jest? Herbatka? O, fuck me. Dobra. Zbadajmy to. Tu są pewnie sypialnie.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
O, Godoy. To ten, do którego matka chciała jakiś prezent dać. Weź zapamiętaj ich imiona. Pokrętne. Tam jest jakiś Kowalski czy coś. Mogę tu wejść? To jest mój pokój?
Huh, that's me.
Louis. Luigi.
Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Piardzi. Eminencja. Mogę wyjść na balkon? Nie mogę. To wszystko dobrze przeszukać. Jakieś klusy. O. Miodek. Dobrze, dobrze, dobrze. Miodek się przyda. Kurwa, ile tych stolików tutaj jest. Ja pierdolę.
President George Washington.
Jorge? Nie mogę wejść do żadnego pokoju. Jeszcze. Co tu leżało? Nic. Popielniczka. A tu? Zamknięte po prostu. Może do gospodarza jest sypialnia. Wszystko? Nie mogę zejść na dół. O, no dobra. Dobra. Hello. Say hello to my little friend.
Monsieur Johann van Wulne.
Van Wulde. Wunderbar. tu są czyjeś drzwi. Mogę tu? Nie mogę. Na pięterko. Notatki, książka. Nie dla mnie. To się przyda. Kolec. Bolec. Stolec. Co to jest? Co mi leczy? Co to są? Coś mi dolega?
A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
Co tam jest? Jak przeczytam to, jak wszystkie 3 strony znajdę, to dostanę skilli, tak? Szybka edukacja. Czemu na dół nie mogę zejść? Ja bym zszedł na dół, poszukać jeszcze różnych rzeczy, jak ktoś by się przyczepił, to bym powiedział, że szukam łazienki.
Sir Jacques Perru?
Jacques Perru?
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Ha! Dobrze przeczytałem?
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Napoleon Bonaparte? Bo nie wszystkie są jakieś postacie historyczne, tylko ja po prostu tyle na historii się znam. Okej, stąd zaczynaliśmy. Więcej nic nie będzie. Idę do siebie. Co mogę robić w pokoju sam?
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
Może na razie nie będę tego czytać. Chociaż ten Piaggi to podejrzany jest.
Damn. Can't wait to open it, but I gave my word to Piaggi, so too bad. I'll wait until I hand it to Mother. Wow. Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
Co rano wszyscy się dowiedzą, że matki nie ma, on powie to oddaj list, chuju, a ja oddam ten pęknięty i co? Co to jest? Aha, za darmo będzie skill.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices. Judith beheading Holofernes. Ironic in a way, when you know that the artist represented herself as Judith beheading her mentor, who had raped her. Saturn devouring his son.
Ew.
Again? I saw
Nom
the
nom nom
same
nom nom.
theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son. Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices. It always amuses me to see how art gets used for propaganda purposes. The conversion of St. Paul by Caravaggio. It's incredible. It doesn't look like a copy, but I was sure the original was in Rome.
Moneta. Do czego są te monety? Ja mogę coś z nimi zrobić? Tu gdzieś są policzone. Aha, tu są monety. No fajnie, tylko... Co, kto zbierze najwięcej, to wygrywa nagrodę? O co chodzi?
Inferno by Dante.
O!
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Rich. Amber fragment. O, nice. To się przyda.
Amber crystals.
Wszystko? Mogę wyjść? Mogę, tylko po co? A jak wyjdę i ktoś za drzwiami będzie stał? Idę. Ło! Ure! Nie. Co to jest? O, szkatułka. Nie mogę otworzyć, no oczywiście. Wszystko na klucz pozakluczane. Ciekawe, czy ludzie w ogóle wiedzą, gdzie te klucze są od tego wszystkiego. Duży taras. Okej, to nadal mój pokój. A do pokoju pani Deczesy też są drzwi? O, zajebiście. Wiesz co, to może sobie zjemy jeden. O, bardzo dobrze. I to tylko tyle? Może coś zauważę? Może gdzieś będzie jakieś światło, jakiś ogień? Ktoś kiedyś tam wcześniej powiedział, że widać było ognisko rozpalone na wyspie. Ale nic nie widzę tu. To już nie jest mój pokój. Nie, to jest mój pokój, to jest sypialnia. Coś trzasnęło. O, buteleczkę ktoś sobie robił. Ale to już nie jest mój pokój.
An old sesterce from Roman Gaul.
Czemu do mnie są otwarte drzwi na balkon? Wszystkie. Nie chcę do łóżka, chcę przejrzeć tutaj wszystko. Fucker. Łóżko wygląda na twarde. Deski przykryte kocem. No całe łóżko masz na brzegu, będziesz się kładł. Jeszcze więcej było wskazówek na dokach? Jeszcze jakieś książki gdzieś nie podniosłem. Super. Gdziekolwiek ona była. Level 2. O, 4 punkty. Super. A mogę coś odblokować? Mogę dodać, ale nie mogę odblokować. Taki sens. Lub mi się coś warto odblokować. Etykietę nie. Przekonywanie to by mogło pomóc czasem. Polityka nie. Dywersja. Powiedzmy. Nauka. To by się mogło przydać. Czasem. Otwieranie różnych rzeczy. Dobra, na razie pójdziemy w to, co znamy. Level 1. Jak wbiję level, to będę mógł taniej używać tego skilla, tak? Mogę tego użyć? razie, nie? Logika, psychologia, dostrzeganie, przepytywanie. Dobra, pójdziemy w to. Okej. Mogę zaklipować manuskrypty. Psychologia, a to jest przekonanie. Przekonywanie może mi się przydać, więc to sobie. Okej, czyli będę to potrafił? Czy po prostu skilla sobie dodam, ale tego nie potrafię. Czy mogę to jakoś kupić? Też bym chciał wiedzieć. Jak nie, to lepiej psychologię sobie dodać. No dobra.